watching the American Conference on ESPN. Tonight it's the South Florida Bulls all the way from sunny Tampa trying to take down the Wichita State Shockers. Alongside the former Oklahoma State guard Brendan Manzer, I'm Chucky Kemp. Conference play has arrived. We're off for round 2 of the American Athletic Conference slate. Wichita State has dominated this series. They are 9-2 all-time against USF, but the Bulls looking for their first ever back-to-back wins over the Shockers. Beat them last year in Tampa. Here's Reed, who is fouled on the three-pointer, and just a coach, but a friend.
No, he's been tremendous, and you can. The other day, pieces are starting to come together, but
their late coach's initials that all of the teams at South Florida have on their jerseys, those commemorative patches, and you'll see that on staff members as well. Here's a steal for Reed, who's going to pull up for three, playing confidently, and knocks it down.
Boom, just like that. We talked about him in the open. Reed, 6 quick points. The concern for Paul Mills was taking care of the ball today against South Florida. Wichita State, over the course of the season, has done a good job of that. You've got to continue that here tonight.
It's one of 3 priorities for Paul Mills: rebound it, take care of it, and share it. This season they have been much better in the turnover department. Here is Bell, and our 2 highlighted players are on the board early.
And that's the thing, you cannot let him get going left downhill. He's terrific there. Even if you keep him from getting to the rim, he has that terrific float.
Reynolds expanding his range. Jameel Reynolds and Quincy Ballard, the 2 bigs for these 2 teams. Another matchup to keep an eye on is Corey Walker.
He understands what their bread and butter is, and that's paint touches off the bounce.
Little Rock, Arkansas. He transferred over from St. Peter's, where he was a 2-year starter. Paul Mills said he just fits us, fits our culture.
Yeah, and the reason is he just brings great energy. He plays 100% at both ends at all times.
That's how you beat the shot blocker right there. Nice finish from Kaysen Jennings going over Ballard. It's one of the all-time best shot blockers in Wichita State history. Bell up top. Ballard misses the first tip, but gets the second.
Yeah, Ballard has been tremendous.
C.J. Brown, a true freshman starter for South Florida out of Marietta, Georgia. It's hard to start as a freshman anywhere in the country. Reynolds, the 2-hand flush.
Adam Okoye right.
For Jaden Reed, after the first couple of possessions, haven't really seen him with the ball. Driving, leaning in, and got it to go. What a finish for Jaden Reed.
But still got to the line 8 times, and that's what makes him so tough. Because he's
seat for Wichita State for the foreseeable future, just 3 minutes into this game. John Cortez and Harlan Beverly are on the floor for the Shockers now. There's the offensive board for Ballard again.
He's so active in the length. I mean, when he put
out for Washington, back out for Hill, open. Rims off, and another rebound for C.J. Brown. Open, Adam Okoye knocks it down.
So right there, that is why the freshman.
That was a decent look for Corey Washington.
Yeah, but that's what the Shockers want to do. Space shoot, move it, defense shift, attack that paint.
Mid-range pull-up lands for C.J. Brown.
Now, USF is really deep, Chucky. 10 or 12 programs in the country. He was an integral part of that. So he's done this before multiple times.
He had a great view of the transfer portal and how to build a program. Look, it's not just about as much talent as you can possibly get. It's also about fit. And that's something.
And how to evaluate talent and character better and get these teams connected much earlier.
And the app. That's Cooper Flagg and Ishmael Leggett. Leggett's average. Bell on the move. Great defense from Stroud. Beverly passed up on the 3. 5 to shoot. Another late shot clock chance. Bell steps back. Wichita State needed it.
And that's why he's with angles every time.
Long on the shot attempt there from Stroud. Washington attacking. And again, you said that's what they want. Washington's been getting there. Lost it, turnover. The Shockers, those are the ones they cannot give away.
The ball pressure and energy really good for the Bulls right now. And so, too, Chucky, is that three-point shooting. I mean, they are...
Reed driving Stroud, going baseline. Somehow didn't step out of bounds. Reed handoff and the Knox flush.
Boy, that is a great cut right there, and Reed continued to probe.
And one chance for Boshniak.
Interesting to me, Chucky, when you prepare for teams.
Almost in every circumstance, but an electric player for USF. Reynolds directing traffic. Two big bodies going at it, and Reynolds gets the finish.
And carrying over. Another case in point right there tonight. And they are really playing well at both ends.
Knox, another triple. He just can't miss right now. 17 points per game over the last 3 games, coming off the bench on 73% from 3. Ballard with the putback.
It's an amazing, really, story.
Sets to 20. Now Reynolds likes the matchup, steps through. Look at that. Offensive rebound, blocked by Ballard. A whistle, though. And it'll be free throws coming up. And bad news is Boshniak holding his shoulder right now for Wichita State, who would be one of the big helpers from a rebounding standpoint.
Quickly, most importantly for him. But him back, he will provide a lot of versatility for them. The biggest thing will be the rebounding, as you just mentioned.
Washington on the attack again, short, offensive rebound, and another finish for Washington. He's got good energy.
Yeah, how can you not like him? I mean,
and they retain possession. Hill, no-look feed. Washington lost it on the way up and missed the dunk. He has never had a handle on the ball. Williams, look at this game. Back and forth we go. Jimmy Williams hits.
Chucky, how many times do you see at this level of college basketball when you miss a bunny on one end, the other team's able to advance it in a broken floor and knocks down a...
To play in the first half as Bell hits the first free throw. They got 4 games. It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, from a numbers standpoint, it is no longer an accident. I mean, it's legit.
Brother Kevin played at Kentucky. He's now with the Detroit Pistons. His dad won a football national title with Florida State back in 1993. He was drafted in '94. Nice finish underneath by Kaysen Jennings. We saw a little bit different look. Wichita State coming out with some full court pressure. Paul Mills trying to throw a wrinkle into things. Ballard has been a very bright.
South Florida has been flowing offensively, but it's fed off what they're doing defensively. I mean, that's always the case, Chuck.
Hill, no-look feed to the corner. Open look. McGinnis needed it. Now Brown attacking Cortez. Brown open. He hits the 3.
I'm telling you, for a young player at the 5 spot with he and Ballard, Reynolds really the lone big, true big for South Florida.
Deontay Green playing the 5 right now, 6'9", 210. Just doesn't have the weight. But it does have a chance back into this game, down 14 right now.
Yeah, and I love what Coach Greenberg's containing, but yet there's still pressure. Wichita
now 0 for 4.
Yeah, see right there, when he caught it, it was almost like it wasn't in rhythm. A little bit pressing right there on that tray.
That's just a size mismatch. Reynolds over the top of Boshniak. Lead at 18. Beverly, good patience on the inside finish.
Yeah, tough finish right there, driving to that double team. But
Beverly's first bucket of the night. South Florida, the pace has changed. You mentioned it a second ago. Ben Fletcher telling his team to slow down on one possession. That's kind of filtered over, and it's 5 straight and 12 of the last 13 against the Aggies. There's one thing you can count on. It's Don Staley's team being one of the best in the country every year.
Going back, Chuck, all get to the line at a high clip. Wichita State gets there 24 times a night.
For South Florida, up 16 on the road after arriving at 2:30 in the morning in Wichita due to travel issues. Reed splits the defense. No look feed. Reynolds punches it.
They've been great at both ends. Ben Fletcher has done a great job managing this game once they got that big lead.
3 seconds, Bell stepping back, contested 3. Rims off, and the putback won't go either. It would have been too late anyway. An 18-point lead for South Florida.
Coming in, so it stops, and it's not wait to get stops midway through the half. It's right now. You got to have those kills where you get 3 in a row, and then also that'll get them out and running a little bit.
There's Bell inside, and he's going to try and set the tone. Ballard sends it away, and that's more like it for the Shocker fans. Ballard was a bright spot for Wichita State in that first half, particularly right there. An and one chance for Ballard.
At high, absorbs the contact, and 3-point play.
That shot was tipped, blocked by Washington, and now Hill wants to push the tempo. Hill, patience, and he gets his first bucket, and a timeout for Ben Fletcher and company. Here comes from 18 down to 11. It's a 7-0 run for Wichita State. It's their largest scoring run of the night.
And now for Wichita State, was that just something you were going to do short term, or do you believe
in conference? That's blocked by Reynolds. A fight for the ball, and finally the Bulls come up with it. Reed, handoff, Brown flushes it.
Great commute.
Hill against Reed, behind the back, lost it, falls down, and still able to get it back to McGinnis. And now Bell working. Contact, Bell floats it up, and he'll go to the line.
Well, Brown can really elevate.
For a historic season last year, Bell hits both free throws for Wichita.
Really knew that he was going to make an immediate impact.
The passing, Reed wide open, won't miss those.
Well, they
result there for Jennings. Hill, a little more aggressive this half right now for Justin Hill. They need to see that. Bell going back to the free throw line. Bell hits the first free throw. Here's our ESPN NBA Wembanyama and the Spurs. NBA countdown tips off coverage at 6.
I don't like to talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, nice play by Washington on the block. Wichita State, more defensive stops in this second half. And now Washington on the attack, lays it in.
Boy, he is great in the open floor and in broken plays.
Was down for a minute, and he's still trying to get back on defense. Instantly went down and stayed down. Looks like he's going to try to stay out there.
And right there, basically 5-on-4. An opportunity for Wichita State to do the old transition drill. You sprint back and try to keep the ball from the basket as long as you can until your teammate gets back.
Oh, what a finish by Ben.
Really strong when he turns the corner.
35 of their 45 between Bell, Washington, and Ballard. They've cut a little bit off that lead, but Florida responded after a 7-0 run to start this second half. Bosniak had that tip by Reynolds and falls kindly for Washington.
That's Washington right there. That was not a...
You would think, okay, this should be going well for the Shockers. There's an air ball, and here comes Bell. Attacking, missed it. Beverly on the follow. 5 to shoot for Reed. Long way from the hoop now. Jennings driving. Rolls off and a rebound for Washington. Washington with contact. There was no call. Now inside, a blocking foul called.
You talk so much about the great energy South Florida had in the first half.
Miss both. Knox kicks it out. Reed penetrating, kind of jumps through, and he's fouled.
And that is a guy at a young age that understands the importance that they have to have something.
Who won a program record 25 games last year, but they did lose.
Right there.
That's a turnover. Bell was trying to just put it out of bounds, essentially off a bowl, and then a wide open layup. It will not get easier for Jimmy Williams all season. Now Stroud. Knox, what a pass across for Reed. He hits it. That is a beautiful feed from Knox.
This team has really gotten connected the last few games. A great find, unbelievable bounce pass through the heart of the defense, and Reed rotated over to provide a window.
It's just a 10-point game. That's a 7-0 run in 49 seconds and a chance to extend it to 9 on the goaltend as Knox gets another bucket. Williams again looking for another layup, rims off. Offensive board, but it's pulled away that time from Green. Nice hustle play by Beverly. Numbers for Wichita State. Foul goes against Brandon Stroud.
They've been able to do that, Chucky, but only in transition. In the half court, South Florida's done a good
first field goal, some things started to go, and you thought, okay, here comes Wichita State. And they played well in an extended period, but Hill hadn't scored since that field goal. Just hasn't been able to get going tonight. South Florida's done a great job with him. McGinnis patient and misses, but another offensive rebound for Washington, who is stuffed but fouled.
two things he does best. Again, he's a good piece on any team.
Lead them back to the NCAA tournament last year. He arrived the year after the Peacocks' Elite 8 run.
Of adjusting to the way that Washington has been slashing to the basket here tonight.
Inside loss. That almost awkwardly went in off that foul.
That there's about a million things you could do in high school here at this level. And the other thing is the biggest challenge, especially guards, is they dribble too much. Dribble the air out of it, get too deep, leave their feet when they pass. He does none of that. He's really a solid player.
Zion Pipkin out there for Wichita State. Some of his first minutes tonight. Fader from Hill, and that is great to see if you're a Shocker fan. Justin Hill hitting a tough shot.
Need a couple more stops.
There's Knox, and you cannot stop him from long distance right now.
Regardless, you cannot leave him.
Knocked out, Adam Okoye on the run. Green is bumped, couldn't get it to go, but free throws on the way.
I mean, they're all going in, but they're all pure. It's pure.
Really went with him.
And here's something we haven't talked about, which every basketball person should love. He's not turning it over. Like, literally hasn't turned it over. Did he turn it over tonight? Within the ball movement and confines of the offense, whether it's in transition or in the hack every once in a while. He doesn't do that.
9 to play here in Wichita, game number 2 of the American Athletic Conference schedule. USF opened their conference slate with a win over East Carolina as they get another bucket. Wichita State coming off somewhat of a heartbreaker against Temple. They led at halftime by a couple points and just could not stop Jamal Mashburn Jr., who had 24 in that game, gave up 91, as you mentioned earlier. Washington was going for the flush, and he does get the putback. He has been all over the offensive boards tonight. And Xavier Bell for the team lead. 5 to shoot for Williams, working on Washington. Great defense there. Knox scoops it up and scores. 15 for Knox now, and he's perfect.
And you've seen Knox multiple times tonight when he's spotting up on the three-point line and the defense turns their head. When the balls touch the paint, he's cut to the basket for easy lanes.
Hill needed that one for Wichita State. Big time three together stops recently. Reed driving, there is a stop. Washington and Beverly out in front. Beverly to the rack and lays it in.
I think they're continuing to improve, which is crazy to say.
That was Corey Washington on the floor yet again for Wichita State, enforcing the shot clock violation. Hill inside. Look at the putback by Beverly. Just pushes it in. And then inside Stroud, left hand, somehow goes in. It's his second bucket of the night.
Like, Washington gets a putback. Stroud, Deontay Green keeps the ball alive. It's all the pieces working together here on the road tonight.
Stroud open for three, straight away and hits.
See if you can get something paint-oriented.
Reynolds almost strips, 6 to shoot. Big man a long way from the bucket. Little sidestep, cash. That is just the night it's been for the Bulls. Jamil. Bell inside, swatted, goes right back up, and he's fouled by Reynolds.
Had 4 of those, but he's also getting to the line. So, you know
they're hungry this year after the injury bug bit them. And you look at how this game has played out on Paul Mills' side of things for Wichita State. What is going to be the biggest frustration for him after this?
I think it's similar to Friday in Philly. This end of the floor. Way too many easy baskets. There's stretches where they're really good defensively. We saw it coming out the second half. But at this level, everybody has guys that can make shots, can drive it, can score. So much more skill in the game, maybe even more physical, at least on the perimeter. Name of the game is defense.
This year have been tremendous at defending the three.
Yeah, they're showing that to hold to be true again in terms of defending that long-range shot. It's something we haven't talked enough about. Those guys are shooting. South Florida did all of that here tonight.
Almost poked away from Reynolds. Another long one. Jamil Reynolds with another triple to put the cherry on top of what will be their first 2-0 start in the AAC since they've been a member. Ballard with an easy dunk as a consolation for Wichita State, but this was all about the Bulls tonight.
And really impressive. I'm so impressed, especially with their travel to get here. 3:30 Tampa time last night, get up this morning, have a very energetic shoot around. That's one thing. It's another to have that carryover here tonight in Wichita.
Oh, fantastic start for South Florida. 2-0 in the American Athletic Conference for their first time as a member. For Tony DeSanti, Aaron Angel, our entire crew, Brendan Manzer, I'm Chucky Kemp. Thanks for joining us, everybody, here in Wichita. Still another good one coming up tonight.